मटरको बनाउनु पर्छ ल अहिले यो भाषा बनाउनु भयो भाषा पकाउनु
अर्को गाडी आउला
Mandu Payune Nangla Pugu Sum Yuna Chik Tawal Tangri, Che de Nang Shagri, Chu de Mimapach Nang local Shagri. Lo Chambore, Lo Dujutoki, Machuduna, Lo Dune, and Matachin Divari. Choose and Tarchimbajiki, some Dubachene, Juyo Marte, Yene Dipasane, Simcha Sochi and Rabutan, Miss Samagabachi, Titaname. Ak Yomari. About the Aneparu Kiba Kuna Yomari, Michi Pari, Pumiji Kibaramato, Kibatani Yomari, Chujene Kiba Yomari, Nijalo, Kiba Yomari, Jigdechan, Leka Chitale, Kiba Yomari, Karatori, Leka Chitu Kandisena, Puchi to it, Pomichi to be ordered, Pomichi to it, Puchi to be ordered, Chujene, Pusan Jam, Pomosan Jay over to the Yomachi.
parents, since they're very religious, like they wanted me to become a nun. Then I said, fine, I'll be a nun. Then after like 3 or 4 years, then I don't want to be a nun, you know. I stepped back. No, I don't want to be a nun. Then after like 3 or 4 years, then I went for a puja in Nyungni. I think I was like 16 years old. Then I went for that puja. Then like Rinpoche, he gave a lot of teachings, you know. Then even at that, like I used to like a guy, you know. Then Rinpoche gave a lot of teachings. And then I thought, now I'm 16. Maybe like I'll marry him when I'm 20. And after that, what will I do? I'll be a mother, you know, of a child or 2 children, you know. Then after that, what will I do, you know, again, like questions, like I was asking myself, you know, a lot of questions. Then I thought for 2 whole nights, you know, during the puja time. Should I become a nun? No, I didn't want to waste my time, you know, being a mother or a wife, you know. I didn't want to waste my life. Before I was not something like simple, you know, simple girl, you know. I was kind of like a little freaky, you know, like we used to go to party, like the disco, parties, not discos. At that time we didn't have discos. And we used to like, you know, yeah, like, you know, the friends we used to hang out a lot. Like at that time, like being a nun, it was like, you know, we also had the same idea, like, if you become a nun, then we can't do this. But now after being a nun, I know what a nun does or not, you know. So at that time, like we thought, a nun shouldn't be wearing this. A nun shouldn't, like, she has to wear very simple, and she has to wear like all she wears is like only red, red, and red. We used to think this way. Even my friends thought the same. But after I became a nun, then I came to know, like, you know, what a nun does, and what a nun wears, you know. I think I wasted 2 years. Then after I became a nun, then it was kind of a little difficult for me to memorize the text, you know, because like the time when we have the good sharp mind, it's like around 11. This is what I remember she said. By the time you reach 20, it's kind of like past, you know, the sharp mind, the timing of the sharp mind passes away. So it is kind of a little difficult, but I worked a lot, you know. I did a lot of hard work in my studies and all. I'm not perfect, I'm not the best, but I'm good.
How old were you?
I don't know. I don't remember. Maybe I was young.
You look a bit different.
Yeah, that time I was very slim. I was slim, now I've gained weight.
Do you want to tell us where we are?
You are at my room. I'm Pema. And this is my bed. We have 3 members. This is my bed. Those are my books. Though I don't study, I have plenty of books. These are my short collections, which I love. Yeah.
You got a favorite quote?
Okay. I will say.
It's saying from, learn from others' mistake. Life is too short to make your own. Yeah, I love this one. People say mistakes makes man perfect, but I don't think so because life is too short. Yeah, I love this very much. And
Do many nuns use Facebook?
yeah, I think yes.
Is it still loading?
Yeah, it's still loading. Because filled. My mom is a housewife. My father is a businessman. He's security guard in Hong Kong.
How often do you see him?
He comes 3 years. Once 3 years. In 3 years I see him.
How about your sister?
My sister, no, it's already been 10 years she left and I have not seen. Only we talk on phone. I had an autograph book. Michael Jackson. MJ. Criss Cross. This is my exercise book. I exercise this.
How often do you do it?
Every morning 20 times. 20 times.
What time in the morning?
After puja, from 6:30 to 7.
When puja you have to do the...
No. After we finish our puja, and we do. And nowadays we have after 6:30 we have kind of Nepali class, and so we couldn't do, and we do after Nepali class. This one.
I'm just gonna film this.
This is my cap. I wear when I walk. I turn the sun. I wear like this. Hello. Yeah.
See, awesome. You like pink?
Yeah, I love pink because I look pretty in pink.
I've seen a lot of, especially the younger nuns who haven't been to school at all. They come to the nunnery and they change, like kind of, totally, they change so much, because it's because between a lot of kind of the people who are around her are different, so they try to be like them, and they change, So I've seen the younger nuns changing, changing a lot from the time they first became nuns until now. After maybe 4 or 5 years, they've changed totally. Society, we have a hope that the children will look after us when we are old. But if I become a nun, I don't have any hopes, I don't have children. I don't have any hopes that my children will look after me. So I have to rely upon the family, the friends, the nuns, other nuns in the monastery. So we are kind of family. We have to kind of be helpful to each other. In case when one falls sick, the other one helps, So we have to behave and be like a family there.
And 2 days. And also there was yeah, send the 80 and 82. What do you want? 5
ए भात ए त्यो उता गरेर
就是你跟他吵，你搞啊？哦，你过回去，他身边个曾经个苏瑞瑞的，别你看那个身边的那你马看看见没是？
She was like, she was telling that boys are better than girls, and we were like,
Not better, like
Like
I
it's
didn't say
like,
better.
yeah, not better,
I
yeah.
say like there is a difference between a nun and a monk in a monastic life. I was trying to say the difference, but like they said like there's no difference. So that was the topic we had a debate on.
Right, John, go to Sango to down here, and
यसो घटाङमा खेबर नहेर्यो भने त केही पनि खेबरै हुँदैन नि यही भने हामी त्यही फरक छ
त्यो मन खेपर त मिगेलन भएछ ठाउँ आल्टा स्पेशल ठाउँ आनेको जस्तो गरेको नि त त्यो मनको खेपर त केटाकेटी मिगेलन हुन्छ नि त
अन्त हुन्छ हुँदैन भनेको पनि छैन नि हामीले
त्यो हैन
अब अहिले यो डिफरेन्स मात्र गरिरहेको छ नि हामीले आनेर ढोको बारेमा हैन
हैन त्यो के लामो त्यसो के रे गाउँ बस्यो भने डबललाई चाहिँ
नाम पाउँछ केटीले चाहिँ नाम नपाउने बराबर गर्ने
भएन 3 वर्ष बस्यो खेम्बो
भएन
केटीले पुरा पढे केटा हुँदैन गर्ने नाम पाउँदैन केटा हुँदैन नाम पाउँछ यसमा कति फरक छ
हो त्यो तर नाम पाउनु चाहिँ पाउनै पर्छ नि के छ आफूसँग भएको ज्ञान त आफूसँग छ नि नाम पाएर के गर्ने नाम पाएर के गर्ने
If a monk goes for the retreat like for 3 years, and even if a nun goes for the retreat for the 3 years, and they do the like same kind of like hardships and all, but still when they come out like the guy, the monk, he gets a name of a lama, and he gets a higher seat. But a girl, a nun, she doesn't get. When I told them this is the like most important difference, like, and they were not like kind of satisfied with my answer. So like I have nothing to say about Parodi after that.
चाहिँ मेन हाम्रो सोसाइटीमा चाहिँ भइरहेको हाम्रो सोसाइटीमा अब केटा हुन्छ क्या माथि मान्छ नि त केटाहरू भए पनि है अनि आमा हुँदा छोरालाई माथि राख्छ नि त आमा भए पनि मेरो छोरा खास आमा अब कुहिरहेको हेरेर त मेरो छोरालाई माथि राख्दैन नि त
हाम्रो टिबेटन त्यो कल्चरमा यो छ
सोसाइटी कल्चरमा यस्तो भइरहने हाम्रो यो ठाउँनी लाइफमा हामीसँग यस्तो
छैन अब हाम्रो
गएन यही पनि हाम्रो यो सोसाइटीमा साइकोलोजी प्रब्लम प्रब्लम यो सोच्ने तरिकाको प्रब्लम किन खैरेले यसो सोच्छ हाम्रो नेपालीले
तर अहिले हामी त यो फरक छ कि छैन भनेर देखाएको मात्र हो नि त यो अब सोचाइमा
हामीले भनेको छ कि
पछि फेरि पछि के हुन्छ के हुन्छ भन्नै सक्दैन
They say that the nuns can do anything which the monks can do, but there is a difference. So we don't understand what is the difference, and they are not explaining it clearly.
Yeah. We did tell her
They are saying that the work
like
which the monks do, it can be done by the nuns also. It's same, but there is a difference, and we don't understand what's the difference. What's the difference?
No, it's not that you don't understand. You're not trying to understand, because we did. No, I gave a reason, like for the most,
they
like the most important. Yeah. Of course, we did. Like you are not like kind of satisfied with the answer. Let's say,
boys, there are so many things. But the main topic or the main subject.
Oh my God, that's not it. We said that we gave a very a big reason, like, but they were not satisfied with our answer. So that's not my problem,
This कारण संगीले खेलुङ फा मलाई पनि सुन्ने खेपर देखाइछ के खेलुङ मलाई जिम्मे धेरै देखाइछ किनभने केटीहरु चाहिँ म नि हामी एक ठाउँ हुन्छ नि केटीहरु चाहिँ म नि त्यो मलाई चाहिन्छ केटाको वास्ता हुँदैन नि त्यसरी सुन्जामा खेपर गए सुन्जामा खेपर राखे अनि ठ्याक्कै केटीहरुले आखिर लास्टमा खेलुङ धुमाको 덩기네 हराइन त 덩기 हराउँदाखेरि खेलौँमा त मलाई धोका दिने मान्छेलाई खेलौँमा त आउँदैन मान्छे छैन नि अहिलेसम्म यो संसारमा छैन नि त केटाहरू नमुड्ने सासमा केटा अर्को बुढी ल्याउँछ बिगाने घिउको केटी
सँगैलाई खेपर देखाउनु हामीले सँगैलाई खेपर गरेको
We want to change the difference in our new generation, because these days His Holiness Dalai Lama is also giving full strength to this. He's also full supporting for the women rights. He's also saying that nuns also have to become the Kempo and Keshema. That's why these days he's giving full support in the nuns.
They also should get the name. And they have already started, because before when this finished their studies, they didn't get the certificate, but now they have got the certificate. It's going on slowly and slowly. Yeah. Therefore, we say that girls can be better than boys.
Nuns like do not have much confidence, like because like in our society, like we are often like as we say, like the women are like kind of like little dominated, and they say like, oh, when the guys do, they don't like make any complaints, but when the girl does the same thing, they have a lot of things to say, So this is one reason like we nuns are kind of like scared. If a monk quits, the monastery, it's not a big deal for him, But when a nun quits, it's kind of like a little shameful thing for the whole family, because the people now, like, it's been too much, like, too many nuns are quitting, so it's kind of like the common thing. But at first, like when the nuns are first quitting, it was really difficult for them, like they had to face a lot of problems. Even they couldn't like go out of the house for a certain, couple of months, They used to stay indoors for a couple of months. Then only when their hair grew a little longer, then they started going out.
We have lots of English movie here. Have you watched this movie? Eat, Pray, Love. Maybe you have read the novel, I think, yeah? No? It's a nice movie. I read the novel first and I've already watched it. I like drama, love stories, and I like horror movie as well. Thriller movie, yeah. Horror movie like Boogeyman.
No, horror films and Buddhism, how does it go together?
We're going to sympathy while watching horror movie. Yeah. Look, the man who's people who's going to get in target, we can get sympathy on it. Because I want to get thrilled. That's it, yeah.
Anupema is modern, So like if I have to, like, I don't think I'm modern, Because like yeah, when I say a lot of few things like the nuns, the younger nuns, you're so like old-fashioned. No, they tell me.
What?
Before like we couldn't like have cell phones. Now we have. Everyone has, I guess. So this is the change. Like at the beginning, like we were told like we couldn't do this and that and all. But like slowly, as you say, like it's the 21st century and everything's changing now. So even when the nuns do it, like they don't make like kind of any kind of like what we say, like punishment. Like before, when we first became nun, I think we had a lot of punishments. Like we had to pay like rupees 500, for as a fine. Every time we made a mistake, we had to pay 500. And at that time, like 500 was a huge amount. We wouldn't be like getting 500 anytime. So we'd be very scared and like go with the rules and regulations. Now it's different, totally different. Yeah, this is my cousin Anisange. Then this is my younger brother Monk. And this is myself. I come here to relax. Be by myself,
If it's too stressful in the monastery?
Yeah, of course. Sometimes it is like we didn't have enough time to sleep. Maybe like sometimes it's like we sleep only for 3 hours because we are busy studying, working. Yeah, what else? Cleaning the monastery, cleaning up the room. I support Manchester because my brothers, my brothers, they like, my brother, 2 brothers, like elder brother, my youngest brother, they're crazy about, Manchester. Beckham, yeah, I love him. I have it's just like, I haven't seen him playing much, but like, I like him as a, I like him as a person, like. That's my youngest sister. She's the youngest in the family, but like she's like kind of like she has a lot of confidence in herself. Mm-hmm. The younger sister who quit the nun, she's like kind of she kind of fight back. That's why like one of the reason like when we have to stay in the nunnery, we have to be like Anupema. Mm-hmm. We have to have the courage to guts to face people. That's all. And my sister, like she didn't have that kind of thing. Yeah, it's because like there you see 80 people and we have to like kind of compromise with each and everyone like. And if you don't like, if you can't or if you don't like, it's kind of like, it's really hard, it's difficult to, Sometimes like, some time back, like years back, I didn't want to quit my nunnery life, nun life, but like I thought of quitting the nunnery for a while, Because like, and when I told one of the senior nuns, like, I'm quitting the nunnery, then like she said, what's the reason behind that? Then I told her everything. And she said like, you can't quit just for one reason, Even in a small family, like if there are like 7 or 8 members in family, they don't get along. It's still like a big family, monastery, it's a big family. This is my mom. And like we were neighbors, There are 3 stories. We were neighbors, kind of neighbors. Like, we used to stay in the same building. She's already passed away. And she's one of our nuns' mom as well. I'm the only one who's far from the family, Because like everyone, they got the chance and like they wanted to be together. For me, like it's not that I'm dying to be with them. I'm happy though I'm far from them. But like so sometimes, I do miss the family. Suppose if there's a gathering in the monastery and everyone's family come. For example, like man takes like 3 wives, 4 wives. Like no one cares, But if girl gets divorced and even a man is another man, then like she'll have she'll be talked around, In our country, that's the problem. Like the women is naked again, and like at this moment, like this one is more important, like because like we can move it anywhere we feel. Like the head itself can't move; it's a neck which makes it move, Like this one it's more powerful. The neck is more powerful. And even like behind every successful woman, there's always a woman.
Yeah,
so I love this.
Yeah, of course.
I love this.
Behind every successful woman, there's a woman.
I don't know, somewhere like I like some of our friends like this. I want to be reborn as a monk in my next life. But I always like I always go for like a nun. Physically, I might be more like if she said like I'm using the emails and all internet. And for example, we are too different, you know. She's modern, like comparison to me. So comparing. She's much serious. Much more.
You can say then that I'm more modern than you. Can you show me the reason that I'm more modern than you?
For example, like you sing songs, I don't.
Please don't say that. You don't sing a song. Please don't say that.
I stopped singing when I took the refuge. I've stopped singing from that.
Okay, you can say that. You can't say that. I didn't sing.
But I stopped. I don't sing anymore. That's and secondly, when we go outing, like we shouldn't be using like wearing outfits. You do wear, I don't.
But you wear t-shirt as well.
No, I don't. These days I don't. You know.
But you used to wear, man. You used to wear.
Used to, not anymore. That's the difference, you know.
You used to wear.
I don't anymore.
But you used to wear. I don't know it's called modern or not, but like while she's studying, she don't listen to music, and when I study, I listen to music. That's modern way, I think. And like while study, I go to my internet and check my Facebook. She doesn't do that. I think.
So spirituality in a modern way.
We're crazy. The dance there. Whenever we have holiday, we always go for movies. So he knows how crazy we are with the movie. So like, yeah, we have to have some things which we enjoy. It's not that like only about studying. Now. If it's only about studies, then I'm sure like there won't be any like younger nuns left. You know, so we have to have some activities, you know, extra things besides the studies. So I think like yeah, with his permission, we bought the TV.
आज काठमाडौँबाट फोन आएको थियो इजरायलको भिसा आएको छ घरमा काम गर्ने आइमाईहरूको लागि आखिर 2-4 वर्ष बसेर आए भने किन मिलिन्छ
I think it's the kids, you know, who buy this. They like horror movies, they watch it, and when it comes to like the using the toilet, they're scared, you know. You have to go with me. You have to be with me, you know. And still they prefer to watch horror movies, yeah. You know, I was very fascinated by like Bollywood movies and all. And I said, I'll go to Bombay. I want to be an actress. And my father like is kind of like my father, he comes from a little conservative family. Then he said, no, you can't go out of the house. How can you think of leaving in the country, you know, like, you know, just for like a kind of like job, you know. If you go out of here, then like we don't have any relations, you know. And I was like, oh, I was always like kind of daydream, being an actress, you know. Oh my God. And now I think back and look back, then I think, oh, it was kind of childish, no, kiddish. That was not enough possible.
Chirtang ngoma ge lukso drago chena ta lobchong ina re khare ina phuti so manga chigi yore lobchong phuso manga chigi yore tene khangbe nangge tene nangle drago da sajing ge lega ti so mangchewa kime ge chigi yore tene tab chene tene phuso tene che chabra inta che lobchong phagbar do chyo ge tene ina phuso lobchong manga chigi yore pomo tene chyo ji gor chung ne te nyung re hin de nyung re ngoma ta nangbat che ta ngananzo tarsa zo di pöre wala te pöre ni tsuru ta Himalaya riju sama la tene pöre ni tsuru che di kyab yong bekabla tene nganzo ta di Himalaya riju sama la che chengne di zo di pucha di yore yena ya ta tingsang lobchong ge tene ta nupsho re kasa khane tene phuphomoni la lobchong khebrazani yamara chigbare chigba yimba songdi tene chigba yindi ta lobchong ya bochong ne phomo yena ya khebra yongre tene chama khebra re tigana ji ta gomba la phendo re yan ngana zo jide yena ta sozo ge nang ge drodang re chama ta lobchong su ya na tigi tene o drodeng sena mendu tene chama pel tu gira 에 lobjong menani puyena yang kanga sachuye kale khabarwa ta thingsang rabo yena hira khebar yamare ene ngananzo nangbi ge chöla yena karresena da tardu ngazo de nangbe chögi da zawa rabo di changjub gisem nyamlen zowor chekgu yore changjub gisem la da pomo keja yamare su dene semgyu la changju sem yago yona ta changju sem ji gyudi ningje re tene ningje da changju ji sem nyamlen yago ji yona ne ta poyena ndgi yore pomoyena ndgi yore changju ji sem nyamlen de sem ji tong nyamle re tela tene pojen sangwa da moje memba se yamare yena yang ngazo da chapra chejung rawo di pu chapra che yongye di so di da ngoma lobjong che dang ge tene yong yore wala ta tingsa yena da nangbe chujo ni yena re yang tene ji kananzo tene labra ge da tene ge tene yena re da lobjong su yago tene tene di ro de yago yong yora tene yin tene khebari yu mare sa ma ta zo de kananzo ta chaba yena re ani yena re ta chuji goru shu tene lula tene tache kun tene tasor di top tene chego yumsen zo di karresena chi soso ge kala togo jaba tabiye ge chedo ya mare tene yang soso ge lu ge che tam juriye ge chedo mare ta zo di sem juriye ge chedo ra ta puyena yanda pomo yena yanda ta choba yena su yena soso ge sem di hising 들어와지 chana ta tarba di tigi tobu yona mado shen chi tunjere kanji semdi hising 들어와데 마차나 치 tunye 가지 좀나 lobjong 가지 야고 yona ya 되게 다 내가 제부 tobu yona 지시데 마 탈도게 tar바디 톱토부 yona 다 예나야 다 지 팅상 게드니 거로 lobjong tizo 게드니 추 게드니 tunjen도 추기 냠len 이나레 추기 lobjong 이나레 텔라 yarge droyela penani tingdi lobjong tizo lobjongre 출제레 강이나 디창나 갈와히레 요 말이 sabdo
kiran rimbuche modern invest tingdi rimbuche
나라에 ngara mi geborela tingdi gu marela 나 민닝 바래라 나 보수요래 어머니요래 근데 부모님이라 보수들라 근데 보초쇼디 좋아요래. 等于部门处的案例的。
Maranala. Bomajida, Kusachi, Boma de Anid. Animula de Jalhasore. That's not Jagasole. Bomoshi, you're 부칙이요. 네, 보모스면 아니래. 부칙대 잡아래.
뭔가요? 비자숨 부모님. 비자 채셔들라 아 되버래. 부모 충분히 아니래.
소소대 가보지니 해버래. 아니다. 더와체야라. 얘는 야 파면 되지. 야 삼을 가보이. 그래서 남이 채로 와. 근데 부모들이 양한 파면 되지. 야 아제진이 야 파면 먹어라. 양 좋은 집이 야 심을걸래 우리 와. 근데 부모다 파면 되지. 참아지니. 근데 호랑이 가보이. 나중에 가보이.
I miss you, my mom. You're my life. I have nothing without you. Even this letter, this word, this education. If you don't teach me, when I came here, I am all alone. But you feed me your own milk. You teach me to walk. You teach me to eat. Everything what I have, that's all from you. I'm sorry, Mom. I think that is hardest moment when you bring me in this world. Yeah, I know I can take that pain, but I'm sure I will make you happy forever. When sometimes you shout me, I got angry. Don't feel sad because that's not angry, because it's really touched my heart. I realize that I'm meaningless without your love. So I want your love forever. Don't leave me all alone. I miss you because I am far from you. I want to be your side and help you. I want to say, don't worry because I am worried about you too. You always worry about my health. Just take care of your health. I love you, my mom.
아니 장마도네 납정아가 이래 롱아니 종아 버도 이래 당아 딜라 니르바다오래 타에 디 가서 고마 상마야 마타에 당 파마이 캐샤라서나 콘조다 조 파마데 콘조 아 가세 낭바 인정 니 콘조기 다 제마 아 가세 아바 게 아니 야고 차워쇼 선 콘조 샤샤 인서로 다 상황 아주 상황도 야구 샤워쇼라는 뭐라 게로 네가 좀 봐도 아니 제가 가리차면 혼자 라는 소소 레이김데네 레이김데 봐도 제가 가요 뭐 혼자 다 제가 가요 말에 혼자 사이도 혼자랑 살고 이러러 가서 아 잘라든지 뇌니 키에 지고래 마전 가가요래 알아서서 마전이로 갈레스나 싫어 요 민도 혼자 제대
나랑이 성을 땅나 아니 진주거든 아니 써야 돼
초치네 다나 디스 야부도 통고도 가진라나 먼저 진주고도 롭주 지게지요 갈로르다 챕도 탑 인데 망부 예행도도 가리나다 사 콘즈도 인가시나니 쇼게 초가도 소 신데도 저 시라기 디요 마라 이야로 냠도 롭주 미라데고레 다 아니 된슬라니 베로 디슬라니 베 콘즈로 랍다도레 또 콘즈 총아 랍다도레
야구지기도 혼자 상화 야구 로기도 안체 롭정 야구장에도 내가 롭정 잡아다 아니 혼자 가서 네팔이다 인지다 아니 사이즈다 정말 샤샤에 혼자 제마 아니 에서지테 라이다 तिनी को 샤샤에
हामीले खाना सब खानाको राष्ट्रिय जन्म गायो
롭정 계신불에 섬거더라 아주 냠도 롭정 요에나니 야마타 가리 파말 얘기 땅 거에나다 깨져 춘주도 절에나 파말 얘기 땅 보험비가 얘기 땅 가리 된데 돈 저와치고는 빼 레로 차대로 주로 점을랭이 내주 된저이나이다 이게 신경나 된저 하고디로 디스 아니 이게 롭정이 신난 다 롭정이나 이게 쳐야 된저 로도빈디 같이 비비배자 된저 인지 돈수 트랜스레이트 주저든지도 된저 니저 디스 고츠에 렐하이라 라기다 코노서 고스웨지 스웨네 럽셰르 콘조기 가지는 친주든서여러 땅과 낭레 때기를 홍복 때기를 티나지 콘조야 홍복도 친이야 땅과 키운 거라 그래서 야따야 디민드나 부구레를 팔라 이르신 타 콘조 야구 니마레레 신노티스 야구도 얘기 야게 도요도 콘조
콜라마 밭 구자요 카밀라 시가리고 고다마 이리가 도쿄
다 칼이 체세서나
가진 아니 친주 망고 다
아니 친주 망고 예래 칼에서나 디가라 칼에 민도 칼에 민도
아니 친주는 양 들어랑 아주
테스트 칼에 가고 샤기래 난 테스트 칼에 가고 샤나 가요
यहाँ बसेको 3 वर्ष भयो लुम्बा घरकानेरे नालोस मेरो नाम हिजो चिरन हो मेरो वर्ष 10 वर्ष भयो मेरो वर्ष म चिरुङबाट आएको हो मेरो नाम लापासम हो कार्टुन सिकेर आएपछि बुद्धिस्टमा I like I'll go to market shopping and I draw a picture. Mindotan khangba sabai bhayका नानीहरु आफ्नो दिदीबहिनी जस्तै लाग्छ all known is Nana is my sister.
아번 진주가도 뭐 정서로 진주가도 뭐 싫어 통만이 만져도 좋으래. 근데 아무 맛이 말아. 아무 때다 걸로 제와로 배치. 아니 제 정말 니동 찍라 아무 정서 괜찮나. 아니 어디 때 semala 동해로 됐으라. 아니 최로니 나랑 상대는 라마로 때 건조기 있다. 계절로니 이렇게 최로 맛이 스케스에서 로 메저로 통서랑 아니 수기 상타 되는 세마디시.
When I was in school, that I was kind of very naughty, and I came when I was really in class 9. In middle of class 9, I just quit the school, and I went there in my nun's clothes, and everyone's kind of shocked when they saw me in this dress, and everyone said, "How come that became a nun?" And our principal, our school principal, he took me in each and every class to introduce me, that she was this house ex-student, and everyone was like kind of surprised, when they saw me in this dress as a nun. Yeah.
스베어를 쩍쩍쩍쩍 지근데 futbol이 빼면서 fut볼. 얘네 빼면서 fut볼 때 수행했는데 지금이래 거다. 얘네 냠 지모 말아. 얘네 럽달라 코칼라사 구투 럽달라 주이. 가르세 카톤드 밸리라. commande kare AVM commande AVM la tene second la tene Kathmandu Valley tene Kalibum la tene class 9 class zora that 10 la toge mesa ta kho ani shuge yinsa tene 9 class zone tene 10 rajatela tene ani shuge ani to kho kimme bomma taba meba pe mase buna she mase khurba yoro ko
ani chimi jodala
kho ani ten de tanda teze sagado to kho khurba ro sadro ta ina ta kemo sarwa ta losum ju le sarwa tana ta ro to tenga manta ta kho sambati pe mase kyodong draba supo
in our family my uncle is my auntie and my cousin sister, and I have like nearly about 3 cousins. They are nuns. They are in Dharamshala. They are studying in Dharamshala right now. Yeah. Altogether we have like 1, 2, 3, 5 or 6 nuns and monks in our whole family. Yeah. In this house we have 3 nuns in this house only. Me, my sister, and my auntie.
Ngamata phone ye mare tene picture ye marewa ta inje menje chere ta teterowa tandan ta chama ta phone je ta picture ta tene ya chena tene ko modo je dowa ina chede inje menje chede rang samlo la che ye nani tida te kalim dowa jana teta chake mindo ina ani de tang de tene te phar tang de te dog dowa tinde inje menje thunani ti ani de matang ba che nani ti yashore nganza chigden kharwala ka che tu bo turba nganza sam nyung sarba ama de zate ne poma de zate chela ju sharba ta chela je na ta chama de shima tu de ne chela jero je na de se yashore de ne samla la de kunjala soen de rwa ta chela parje mashuba tene khonja che de ta tharchamaji jongnani tene yakshore jenne tene samlala tende ye ta kunje de condition na te ha ko mindo.
Sometimes I kind of think myself that why I became a nun. If I had not become a nun, I would like for example when I see my friend, there are some engineers, some a doctor, and some they have already become housewives and all, and they call me sometimes and they say that how is your life. And my life is like, I know that I am progressing my life in dharma, but educationally, but I am not that high as in our friends are. And therefore sometimes I kind of regret that why I became a nun, why I didn't study more. But sometimes I come to regret that why I became a nun. I enjoy my life, like it depends upon like, and every time, like when I go out with my friends, I enjoy, and when I stay in monastery, I do enjoy everywhere. It depends upon your heart, what do you think. It's not that going outside, we quit this learned life, and outside it's free. No, but not. But when we go outside, then we have to work, and we don't have knowledge, and we have to work as servant below people. And where can we find freedom then? Being a nun is also independent, don't you think so? That we are independent in our own life, yeah, I think. It's not that without being a nun that we can't be independent. It's not that, I think. We can be independent. We are independent right now. We are independent in dharma, I think.
It is possible if we do hard work, you know. It is possible if we do good. It is possible if we do something good for all central being. Sometimes it's very difficult, sometimes very easy. But my idea is non life and monk life is very difficult. Like army, so many exercise because we sacrifice all things. It's far from family and handle all sorrowness. I think it's very difficult. Non-life is very important in this century, you know, because without dharma we can't do it. Because we understand about dharma and about life, you know, it's very important. I'm the different in my family because I want to do something my own, you know, not the family. I don't want to fund with my family legacy, you know. I want to do something myself. But my family doesn't. You study well very. For 2009, that time I'm very sick, you know, that time. I'm very serious that I just like a coma, you know, 15 days. And then after I recover and then just sick, you know. And after I just go and visit the Shamar Rinpoche and during Losar time in New Year in Tibetan. And then after he gives the idea and just if you don't want to you know, don't do a worldly walk, you know, and you go in dharma and just I think it's better for you. So I think it's the best for me. It's message for all living beings, you know, in this world because our life is not a permanent, you know, and just don't waste time and just do always good, think good and do good for all the other, you know, and don't hate each other and love always and just giving compassion and love, share and do dharma always. Dharma mind religious about interest about dharma because when we die, you know, nobody can know. And just right now we have a life, we do something, you know, because we have a power, human power, and it's our life, you know, you just do something for all.
Any kind of like special what the nun does, you know, but it's the same thing what the monks do as well, but it's just that like, you know, to be like available everywhere for every people, everyone. That's it.
Being a nun, I do enjoy it, but my friends say that you live life, that I live life. And like they kind of feel greed in me, like wish I was you, like I could make myself happy, that because I just don't care what I don't think that just damn care, let them think whatever they want. If it's not harming them, then I just enjoy my life and I just go like I enjoy life.
Mortal Annie.